Hey, what's up, everyone? Oh, I just realized I should put some music on. So let me do that real quick. How's everyone doing? Happy Wednesday. Let's see. Alright. Looks like mic levels are pretty good. Turn up a little bit. Okay. So what has everyone been buying today? Okay, let's see. Let me take a look at the browser real quick. Okay, that looks good. Gonna chill for a little bit while people join in on stream. What is up? Staying 2007, Osama, Lol, Kevin Go, as always, DJ Lonnie, Shane Eslick, what's up, Shane? Craig Lilly, Jason, Goods, Kale130, a lot of familiar faces returning once again for the stream. Yakub Farah, hopefully I said that right. What's up, Joven? I'm on Tech Citrus, FG204. What's up, what's up? A lot of people in the pre-stream chat just hanging out. What's up, Patrick? Hello from Seattle, Washington. Greetings. What's up, Japoye? What's up, what's up? So today's gonna be a pretty chill stream. I just got back from vacation. I was just in San Diego for my cousin's wedding. So I got back late last night. I got home like 11 something p.m. So I did want to do a build project, but I couldn't get everything set up and ready to go for that. But it just so happened to work out that this week is not this week, but the last few days, couple of days have been Prime Day from Amazon, as well as Fantastech sale, which is Newegg's like competition to Prime Day. So there should be some stuff that we should be able to look up. I've already linked one of the, I wouldn't say the best deals, but one of the most useful deals that I think people can make use of. It's $255 RX 6600. Pretty much if you don't have that much money, or if you're trying to put together like a budget build, $255, no rebates, no promo codes. It is a Prime exclusive deal. So I don't know if you don't have Prime what the price would be. Probably closer to $300, but $255 for an RX 6600, that's pretty crazy. Owl Bell with the super chat. Hello, how's your day been? My day has been great. How has yours been, Owl? So yeah, my day's been great. I've been trying to look, I was mostly gonna browse the deals on stream, so I didn't like go through and look for every single deal and have them ready to go. I saw a couple of things throughout the day that I thought like, oh, that would be worth it. So I've already put them in the description. But we could browse stuff, and then if you guys have anything that you see that you want to pull up, get everyone's opinion on, etc., we can do that. With a hoodie, very nice weather. Wait, you live in Texas and you went outside with a hoodie? So are you saying it's pretty cool right now in Texas? Because didn't you guys just have like 100 plus heat waves for like the last few weeks? Hey, what's up, Nemus Tech? Where's all the RGB? Oh yeah, whoops. Good point. Oh yeah, reminder. Where is that at? Is it this thing? Subscribe, hit the bell notification, all that stuff if you haven't already. But I think most people in the stream already know that and have already done that. So thank you. Let me go in my Govee app so I can turn on the RGB. I can turn this. There's Jason with his Celsius. Man, they dropped that price on the EVGA Ultra 3090 Ti model Newegg, and it sold out within minutes. The Black Edition is still in stock. To be honest, they all overclock pretty much the same. How much was that 3090 Ti going for? Was that the one? Did it go down like 1500? So I saw Jay make a video on it, and some people are complaining that he's telling people to go buy graphics cards now, and that Nvidia is lowering the prices. But they're lowering the prices of like the high-end stuff that is, it's got to be like less than, I don't know, 10, maybe 5% of like Nvidia's market share. Like, most people don't operate in the $1,000+ graphics card range, so they're probably sitting on a lot of inventory because the miners aren't buying them all up anymore, and their overinflated prices above MSRP was never really worth it. So now they're struggling to move stock, and now they're lowering the prices. But how much people actually have that much money? Like, in Jay's whole video, he's like, go out and buy a graphics card now. He completely ignored AMD, from what I remember. I watched the was it yesterday or earlier today? But, yeah, it just seemed like he was, it almost seemed like a sponsored video for Nvidia, when there are so many options from AMD, from the lowest of the price and all the AMD's stuff that are going for like $600-700. You know, those are below MSRP for the most part, whereas Nvidia stuff is going for higher. Dude, Jay's video was a freaking joke. He fell off. Yeah, it's weird because I don't think that video was sponsored, because Jay, being as big of a creator as he is, it would be pretty dumb not to disclose that, you know, you're doing an ad or whatever. But it was very Nvidia centric and Nvidia focused, and I just thought, like, I don't know, maybe Jay, because he, you know, he does water cooling stuff, maybe a lot of the people who watch him have more money to spend. But I feel like he missed a lot of points with like AMD cards being like basically the value option for the last however many months. But yeah, to be honest, Nvidia is finally getting under MSRP. That's what he's saying. I feel, listen, we all know the prices are always good. Nvidia usually isn't, so that's why he pushed it. That's just logic. Okay, so what is Nvidia's prices right now? We can take a quick look. Okay, actually, let's do a quick shout out to, where is it at? Where is it? Oh, here it is. Whoops. Quick shout out to all the channel members, by the way. Thank you for showing up to stream, hanging out, supporting the channel, as well as where is he at? Doback Slaps for the support and the gifted memberships from the previous weeks. But yeah, we got a ton of members now, so thank you for the support on that. But okay, let's first talk about a couple of the deals that I pulled up, or I thought was pretty good value first. Exactly, Doback Slaps is the MVP. What specific keycaps do you use on your Keychron K4? Please show the keyboard. Okay, so here's the keyboard. What were these keys from? I think these keys are from WSD Key. I can show that real quick. So go to WSD Key, custom keycaps. You can change the colors. You can change WSD keyboards, keycap set. Okay, so if you go to WSD, I'll link these, but they have keycaps specifically for the K4 right here. So this is what I did to get my keycaps. I went in here, I chose my colors, like you can change them and do whatever you want. So I basically went through and did that to get my custom white and green. But yeah, WSD keys, they're kind of expensive, but it works specifically for this board. I know you can do AliExpress or stuff, but sometimes your modifier keys aren't going to be the right size, especially for what is this, 96% keyboard. It is very, you need specific modifier with keys. You can't just use you know, anything from AliExpress or Amazon for the cheap keycap sets. So that's why I went with this one. But it's a keyboard that lasts a long time, so I didn't mind spending a little bit more on it. But okay. So let's take a look at like RTX. I feel that 3070 is a pretty good, like, not super high end, but gives you really good performance right now. And the cheapest one we can get is still $80 over MSRP, but there's another 30 promo code off, so it's down to $550, and it's for the Gigabyte Eagle OC, which in my opinion is not one of... actually, this one doesn't look bad. Some of their other Eagle OCs are ugly, but this one's $550, which isn't too bad right now. Give me a second. I'll get a short link up for it. Yeah, so this one's not bad, but it's still over MSRP. I mean, there's no shortage anymore. Why are these still holding that high of a price? Okay, let me get that in the description too as we start looking at stuff. People have preferences, but again, if I was a creator, I would have shown NVIDIA also. Think about NVIDIA is always the way... Thing about NVIDIA is always way too expensive. I wouldn't say it's way too expensive, but for the creator... I don't know. I'm a creator. I'm using an NVIDIA, or not NVIDIA, an AMD card right now. Like, that whole creator excuse, I feel like they're not even willing to give it a try. I've had zero problems with this RX 6700 XT. When I had those weird glitches on stream the previous week, I'm not gonna chalk that up to the 6700 XT. I would say that's like OBS or something else, because right now I'm actually using Chrome. Either that or Firefox, but we've had no issues since I've like switched to Chrome, which is my main browser anyways. So I do, oops, I gotta pull this aside. Yeah, I do all my like recording using the AMD hardware encoder with OBS. Like, as a creator, what does AMD give you? There is DLSS, which has, you know, more development than FSR, and then there's ray tracing performance, which you could argue is better. But those aren't things, either the games I play don't support those things, or I'm not playing with ray tracing on anyways. It was never worth the performance for me. So yeah, so you're right. AIB launch prices have been are always a little bit higher. So, like, for example, this one, well, we do have the sale going on, which is what's bringing it down. But as soon as this week's over and the promo codes go away, this is going to be back up to around $600, which is what RTX 3070s have been going for. And I don't know. That's more than what the AIB markup usually is. Are you posting the links of all the sales you find? Yeah, so if you look in the description right now of the stream, you can find, I already have 4 things posted there, but as we find more, I'm going to add them there. But honestly, year after year, these Prime Days, how long has Prime Day been around for? Like a few years by this point. But Prime Day and the Fantastech sale have never been super great. I guess in the last 2 years, because of the GPU shortages, we've been having issues finding what most people care about, the big ticket items, graphics cards. But this year, it seems like there are things listed for lower, but I'm not super impressed by any of this. Like, we were finding deals not too far off from this in weeks past. So for their biggest, you know, 2-day sale of the year from both Amazon and Newegg, I would have expected prices to come down a little lower from this. Is it worth going from a 3060 Ti to a 3070? No, staying 2007. I wouldn't pay any money unless you can get like an equivalent exchange somehow, which I don't know how you would do that. Maybe if you have a special model of a 3060 Ti and you're getting like a used 3070, I would do it like that. But I would not pay any extra money to make that swap from a 3060 Ti to 3070. At this point, just wait for the next generation of graphics card. I need a second-hand 3060/2060 for $246. So we are starting to see 2060s go for, and this isn't part of the sales because it's eBay, but 2060s are going for like $230 right now, I think. So if you go to buy it now, lowest price, going for the first thing that's not broken. Here's a pre-owned. This is a single fan RTX 2060 XC gaming, and this one's going for $225 on eBay with free 3-day shipping. So after tax, this is actually gonna bring it pretty close to your $246. You're not gonna be able to get many new cards for under $250. The only thing, the closest thing is gonna be the deal that we have brought up right now. So this is pinned right now. So this one's $255. It is a Prime exclusive deal. Regular price is, yeah, so it's $299. I actually bought this card. I bought this card yesterday because I'm gonna use it for an upcoming video. But $255, that's hard to beat. You can't even find. You would have to get a B stock RTX 3050 to get it for this price. We just got a. Yeah, I'm gonna put Yusuf in timeout. Doback Slaps with another 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. We got Matthew, Cassidy, Patrick Manny, Jason Franco, Hellhound89, and Supermav Gaming with the channel membership gifts from Doback Slaps, the MVP as always. Thank you. And Jason Whitmer with so Jason was already a member on his Dreveler account, but now he just got it from Doback Slaps, so that's awesome. EVJ B stock has RTX 2060s for $250 today, so let's take a look at EVJ B stocks. Not B stocks, just B stock. So if we look at B stock, so let's see, 400 N1 $20 power supply for the 400 watt N1. Would not recommend that power supply, but let's keep going down. We have the $35 EVJ GDs. We've been seeing that. That's nothing special. We gotta get to the GTX 780s for $180. That's horrible value. You can get a 2-generation newer card, a 1070 for that price right now. But let's keep going down. All right, so we have a RTX 2060 for $250. I mean, between $250 here for a known used card that's been refurbished that only has a 1-year warranty versus $255 here for a current gen card. It doesn't have DLSS support, but it is 1 generation newer in terms of you're looking at longevity and like driver support down the road, as well as this has better overall performance than the 2060. I mean, hands down, this for me. Even if you claim to be a content creator that for whatever reason needs NVIDIA, just make it work with the AMD encoder. It's not bad. I do it. I'm doing it right now on the stream. Oh crap, the stream elements thing, I need to update that. Let me update the stream elements message because that is... If you want to edit videos, what PC parts correlated to that? Both the... actually, for editing, it's pretty much going to be your whole system. For scrubbing and stuff, an SSD would help. Like a quality SSD. Then there's your graphics card for if you do hardware... using the hardware encoder for rendering. And then for... You could also do it on your CPU depending on what your settings are. But yeah, CPU, GPU, RAM also, though you don't need a ton of RAM, but you need to at least meet the bare minimum for all of those things. What's the most important? I would, between CPU and GPU, which one you would have higher end? That one I'm not too sure off the top of my head. because I've never been in a situation where one was a clear bottleneck over versus the other. So I would have to look into that. How much would you say I should sell a GTX 970 for? A 970, yeah, 75 to 80 bucks is off the top of my head the value that I would think. And that's just because there's not a lot of cards in the low end, especially within the last couple of generations. Anything that's under 100 bucks, you're gonna be looking at like 3-4 year old gen parts. Like a GTX 970 came out in 2014, for reference. So on EVGA B stock though, we do have RTX 2060s. We got a bunch of different models, but they all seem to be the single fan ones for 250. Yep, we got more here. Wow, 250. I think there's a 3050 in here. Which, if you can, I think the 2060 and 3050 kind of trade blows back and forth. Yeah, here it is, 250 right here, which is kind of sad. But we keep going down. Jason pointed out earlier, so we have 2070s here going for 300 bucks. And then, so 2070 is gonna be, I mean, yeah, I would rather go for the 6600, which performs pretty similarly to a 2070 for cheaper. And then we have, wow, then you have your 2070s that go above 330, and these aren't even new. 3060s for 350, so these are still, yeah, this is B stock, so. Yeah, you have the 3060, but okay, now we got a poll. I'm gonna run a poll real quick. For 350, right? Okay. What set are you using? So this is EVGA B stock. I'll link it right now. I'm also, hey, what's up, Shauner? Welcome to the stream. So, run the poll. What would you rather buy? Would you rather buy this brand new RX 6600 for $255, or this used B stock, not used, refurbished, recertified, manufacturer refurbished? So not just like some person in the garage refurbishing it. B stock RTX 3060, because I think this is the cheapest we can find it. This 350 card. Let me check eBay in a second, but you get less of a warranty. This isn't brand new, and it costs about 100 bucks more than this card. And the two cards are within like 10% of each other. Yeah, of course you have your NVIDIA versus AMD. Like each of them have their own technologies for like super sampling and things like that, but so the giveaway, when is the results for the giveaway? So let me go grab the card. Ow. So regarding the giveaway, while we do that poll, so here's the GTX 1080 that I got from Griffin to give away. So we hit the 2-week mark on Sunday, and I drew names for that already. I drew a winner as well as some backup names just in case the winner you know, doesn't respond, because that happens sometimes. So I drew the winner, and I've already reached out to the winner. I'm gonna give them 48 hours to respond. If not, I'm gonna go to the next person in line that I drew. So I just responded to their comment on the video. So you will know if you messaged me on that video with the Hot Nerd Summer hashtag, and then you would have received a notification on your YouTube that I responded to you with instructions on how to get in touch with me to get this card. So yeah, I've already drawn the person for that, so it was not you, but you still have a chance if the person doesn't reply. You still have a 1050 Ti? What's in the rest of your system, Goods? Right now is like such a good time to buy, mainly because of this deal. But even when it's not Prime Day, we have been having pretty good prices for the RX 6600. We've been seeing them down to like 280 pretty commonly. So yeah, it's a little bit more expensive than this on any other given day, but I mean, basically the pandemic shortages are over. If you need a card, you can get one right now. But what is a RTX 3060 going for on eBay is the question, because those prices don't always line up with EVJB stock. So you want a used parts only pre-owned. So 325 for this HP model with kind of, I bet, a crappy cooler and fan. But you can get 325 plus 20 shipping. So it's the same price. Yeah, it's like 350 for them on here after you account for shipping and all of that on eBay. But looking at Newegg though, so there you got your 280 6600 here, 3050 going for 340 still. There's a promo code. This is such horrible value for a supposed $250 card plus whatever AIB fees or, you know, markup. This is sold and shipped by Newegg. Why is this so expensive? Nvidia, your stuff's not that good. Your crap don't smell that good. Like, this is part of the Fantastech deal. This is supposed to be a good price here because they knocked it down $10 plus they gave another $10 promo code off. But looking at the poll, after over 100 votes, which would you buy? That is closer than I would have thought. We got a 60-40 split. 60 people, or 60% of the votes, which for about 100 votes, is 60 of the people. 60% would go with this $255 card right here. The other 40%, I am very surprised that you would get this. Are y'all content creators? Do you need DLSS and ray tracing? Do you just like Nvidia? I game pretty often now with this RX 6700 XT, probably close to every night, if not every other night. And we have pretty long gaming sessions. It's like me, Jason, as well as a few other people from Dribbler. And I've had zero issues with crashing. I've had zero issues with like driver support. All the things that Nvidia fanboys typically tell themselves why they like Nvidia over AMD, I've had zero issues with. So I don't understand why there's still such a strong pull for Nvidia when their prices aren't good. And we're seeing like a reflection of it right here. Jason Plays Games 2 says, I'm paying for the sex appeal. Yo, what sex appeal? Am I unaware of something like this? I don't know. When I tell my wife I have an Nvidia graphics card over an AMD one, she just says, so? But, maybe it's because I'm married. Maybe all the single girls out there, when they see you have an Nvidia graphics card, they'll ooh and all over it, but I don't know. Waldo, you are up late. Thank you for supporting the stream, by the way. It's 1:29 a.m. over there in the UK. And Rob says, AMD drivers still scare me. Okay, but here's the thing though. A lot of people who say AMD drivers still scare you. Have you actively used an AMD graphics card in your personal system in the last like couple or few years? Or are you talking about like back when AMD had like the HD, you know, 7000 series or the RX 200 series and stuff? AMD's come a long way. For my long benchmarking, like when I do my benchmarking and stuff, and I just spend hours just like trying all the different games and settings and stuff, anytime I've used a current gen Nvidia or AMD graphics card, I've never had an issue like with any crashing or driver support or anything like that. So I'm begging you guys, if you need a graphics card update and you know money isn't just something that you can just throw away, consider AMD graphics card. AMD is not paying me or sponsoring me to say anything. This is just based on my own personal experience. Like I have switched back and forth between AMD and Nvidia, and I just hate it when people who are money conscious still spend extra money for Nvidia. Because I don't feel like the Nvidia card is worth $100 more than the AMD card. Whoops. Taha says, never had a driver issue with my RX 6600. Yep. Let's see. That 5700 XT, the fans were loud as hell though. What? I mean, Nvidia makes cards that have weird issues and loud fans too. If anything, so one of the issues, and I got from the PC I gave away on Jawa, the winner, David, he messaged me. He was like, hey, why is my RTX 3060 making like a clicking noise on the fans? And then I looked it up, and it turns out a lot of the EVGA cards, because they do the thing where they're constantly turning on and off, like the 0 RPM mode, when it does that, when it switches from on and off, the fans make this clicking noise. So I basically had to tell them, you have to go in and set a fan curve so that your fan is always running, even just like at a low RPM, and then ramp it up to, you know, normally. But Nvidia cards have fan issues too. Like, you can just get a different model. Brent W says, AMD bad drivers is still being echoed by a lot of communities. Yeah, I can see that. Some people, even in this chat, even though I'm personally using an AMD card and I've, you know, said many great things about it, a lot of people seem to not want to switch. So we'll end that poll. We got a lot of votes. It still ended up being about a 60-40 split, which is fine. Honestly, like, there's nothing wrong with Nvidia cards. You just pay a little bit of premium for it. And if you saw the latest video I did, you know, I'm perfectly okay with people who have the money and they're as long as you're aware of your decisions, right? If you know that AMD cards work just fine too, and you just prefer Nvidia, and you're just like, I'm willing to pay extra $100, as long as you're aware, that's fine. It's just, I want the people who don't necessarily know that Nvidia or that AMD has caught up, like, I want them to do a little bit more research and say, do you really need the Nvidia card over the AMD? AMD drivers are meh. They are making waves. What's up, Death? Yeah, it's funny because as I'm just saying all these things about me not having zero issues with AMD, I still go back to the time where we played Apex Legends, and because you had an overclock applied, I believe, your 6900 XT was crashing. But if it wasn't for the overclock, I think your AMD card would have been fine, so. Okay, so in terms of graphics cards though, I mean, besides this one, I didn't see anything else that was too crazy of a deal. If you're looking for a high-end card, how much were these 6900 XTs going for? Yeah, 6900 XTs, you can get, let me start by lowest price. You can get it for $800 right now. Basically, AMD's almost top offering because they released the 6950 XT, right? But you could get a 6900 XT for $800. Yeah, and then the next model up is $850, but that is ridiculous. Okay, yeah. So you swap to a different card, it was fine. Yeah, I mean, what would be the about equivalent to this? The 3090, right? 3090 Ti is gonna be way too expensive. But we're gonna compare AMD at the top end because we just saw Jay's 2 cents just talk about all of Nvidia's high-end cards taking a price cut. Let's take a look at a 3090. And they'll probably show 3090 Ti's as well. But we're talking about $800 here versus, what's the lowest price? The lowest price is $1,300 for this Gigabyte Eagle OC. 1300 for all these. This one comes with Final Fantasy 14 Online Complete Edition for $1,340 something. So that's a $500 price difference. What is the, if we do the calculation, 800 divided by 1300. So yeah, this is essentially 40% off right here. Patrick McGovern says, I also recently got a GTX 960 for $11, which is actually a pretty good price for that. Those are still going for like $60-ish or so. A couple of weeks ago and have been pleased with the price of performance. Yeah, $11 for any card that can still run some games at 1080p. That's incredible price for performance. All right, we're gonna run a new poll. Okay. $1,300 RTX 3090 or $800 RX 6900 XT. New poll. Me, personally, 6900 XT. All right. And maybe this is where... Okay, so with the other question, I think because the RTX 3060 was still, you know, it was still $350. That is an attainable price range for for probably more people than when you start reaching like the $1,000 price point. So now we're getting a much different split from the poll, and we're getting almost nearly as many votes. Yeah, we're about to reach 100 votes soon. But we've got nearly 80% of people, they would rather buy a $800 1600 XT, saving them $500 versus the $1,300 3090, which obviously it depends on the titles, right? There's going to be titles that prefer AMD and there's going to be titles that prefer NVIDIA. But just overall, like just if you take like a multi-game average, the 6900 XT outperforms the 3080. The cheapest 3080, I think, is going to be on B stock. So we go to EVJ B stock right now. And Jason pointed this out to me earlier on Discord. But we go down. So we do have 3070s for $530. Here's a 3070 for $520. So again, this is B stock. Here we... Oh, are the 3080s gone now? Oh no, here it is, $650. So this is below MSRP. Because MSRP for these were probably like $750 or so. $730, $750, something around there. A little bit over the Founders Edition price. So this deal, I was telling Jason though, how many of you would be comfortable with buying B stock for something this expensive? I think buying B stock for like power supplies, because those are like what, $50 or less, that's not too bad. Even buying some graphics card in the $200 to $300 price range is not that bad. But let me look at what the brand new 3080s are going for. But how many of you would be okay with having only a 1-year warranty and buying a refurbished product that is this expensive? When the other alternative option is going to be how much here? So we have 3080s going for, nope, that's a 3070, 3070 Ti. The cheapest 3080 on Newegg right now is $780. So that's a $130 discount from the cheapest. Oh, that's the same card. It's 10 gigabyte, 10 gigabyte. It is, yeah. You just bought a 3090 from them. From who? From B stock? Did you buy one of, what is their 3090s going for? 3090, cheapest one is $1,200. Jason Plays Games 2 says, I'm scared thinking about having to RMA a GPU. Yeah, I mean, the RMA process isn't bad, it's just the downtime. Once you have your computer and you're using it and you're expecting it to work, when it starts going down, being out of a computer for like a week or two, for you to be able to like send it back and to get the new one and stuff, that's a little bit annoying depending on where you live and the shipping speeds. But yeah. Is it safe to buy GPU from StockX? I'm actually gonna do a StockX video soon. But in general, StockX, I would say it's safe. Like, you will be protected if you buy a GPU from StockX. I don't know what their prices are though. Let's take a look at RTX. Let's just look at 3060. I think it's like a pretty popular common card. Lowest price. Lois asks. So if you wanted a 3060, so there's a Ti. Oh, some of these prices are. Can they not sort this better? Average sale price, price premium, last sale. Actually, here, how about this one? Wait, lowest ask, highest bid, average sale price. So yeah, you can buy it from StockX. I don't see why would you want to buy from StockX though. Hey, what's up, King Brandon 913? Jason, you need to use a /s. Like just telling lies on the internet left and right without showing that you're sarcasming. That's gonna make you a compulsive liar. But looking at StockX, I don't see any reason to buy stuff on StockX because I think people aren't using this anymore. So all their like average sale prices and stuff. Here, that's not. Where's the total sold volatility, price premium, last sale? So we look at last sale. Yeah, a lot of this stuff is just like horribly priced. So I don't know why you would want to buy from StockX when places like Amazon and Newegg and EVGA and stuff, they all have stock now. And with StockX, there's the premium attached to it because there's the shipping cost, sending the graphics card and stuff in for verification, and the seller gets a fee cut. So you're going to be paying a premium if you're buying anything from StockX. StockX did fill a void in like, you know, as a place to get graphics cards during the shortages, but right now I don't think many people are buying stuff from here. Is Mercari a good site to buy from? Mercari's fine. I mean, treat Mercari like Facebook Marketplace as well as OfferUp and what used to be Letgo and stuff like that. It's going to be used, and they don't have the best buyer protections all the time. I have heard horror stories when people are buying from those online marketplaces that only give you like 2 to 3 days to look at, you know, specific or the item that comes in to check it out. I have heard people just, when they receive something that doesn't work, they don't get any support. That's from like my viewers, even people who come to the stream, when we've talked about Facebook Marketplace and OfferUp in the past, when they bought it, stuff to get shipped to them. Oh, here we go. Wait, this is the... So here's an RTX 3060 for like, yeah, for 370. So going back to here. You're better off getting a 3060. Actually, wow, is this lower? It is. You can get a 3060 for cheaper on StockX than you can on Newegg right now. Very interesting. No, but yeah, so StockX usually makes the price higher, but wow, I'm actually surprised by this. Yeah, you can buy this for $370. What is the cheapest brand new, not used, because obviously we know because everything on StockX, it has to be sealed, it has to be brand new. You cannot sell used stuff on StockX. So $370 for this versus $350 on EVGA's B stock, and then like $400 on Newegg. This is actually a pretty good price. I'm not gonna buy it because I don't need a 3060. But let's look at RX 6600s then. Yeah, if you're looking for a card, I'm curious if you can find stuff for cheaper on here. $325. So here's the fighter card. Yeah, so this one's going for you can buy it for $325, but you can get this on Amazon if you have Prime for $255. So yeah. It's $370. Actually, yeah. Let me see if I can pretend to buy this now. What is the shipping? Item price, final price will be calculated next. I gotta log in, so I gotta do this on my side, so that y'all don't see my personal email address and dox me or send me annoying emails. Okay, let me see. What is the StockX shipping price? So let me do this on the Google side real quick, and I will let y'all know. Is $370 supposed to be a good price? No, it's not a good price. It's a good price relative to Newegg and even Amazon right now. Because if you look at... If you look at Amazon, the cheapest 3060 is what, $380? It's just that I'm surprised StockX is going for... Yeah, there's nothing on Amazon for that much cheaper than that. So, this right here, let me take a look on my other browser. No shipping info provided. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go through the checkout. Let me get my PayPal. Agree and continue. Oh my god. This better not accidentally buy it for me. Check out with PayPal. There's no way this can check out. It needs to show me the final price so I can confirm, right? I do not want to accidentally buy this card. For 370 plus. Yeah, it would have to calculate shipping. Check out with PayPal. Come on. Review order. I think the seller pays all those fees. Let me review the order. Oh, okay, here we go. There it is. There it is. Oh, wow. So let me do this real quick. How do I put this into here? Give me 1 second. Okay, so pin capture. Okay, so let me show you. This is the final price. Okay, so this is what we got with StockX, which I'm not super familiar with StockX, so this is a learning experience for me too. Okay, but this is what we got on StockX. The purchase price was $370. Sales tax was $42. I hate the order that this was written in. It's because there's a processing fee of $15 almost, but they need to put the sales tax at the end because in Washington it's 10%. So the 42 is not this 42 right here. That's not on 370. That's on like 370 plus this plus shipping, I believe. Yeah. So you do pay $20 shipping. So this ends up being $447, which is not a good price in comparison. Actually, if I bought this from Newegg right now, I'm also paying $440-ish because of 10% tax. So that's StockX for you. So there's probably a reason why there's not that much volume moving on StockX. If you look at all the prices, they're all kind of, except for this 3060 that we were just looking at. If you're looking at the last sales and stuff, there's not much stuff moving on StockX. It's because it's like the same price or even a little bit more expensive than here. So interesting. Who are these people? Grubhub/DoorDash? Yeah, speaking of which, all the fees that everyone is trying to add on to stuff nowadays, man. You know who doesn't have crazy fees? Jawa. I'm gonna give Jawa the plug because actually, let's take a look. If we take a look at Jawa, because most of the stuff people care about is like CPUs and GPUs, let's take a look at what we can find on Jawa for graphics cards because their fees are not ridiculous. So we have a 1080 for $200 from Rand, one of the Jawa staff. 6500 XT for $220, that's not a good price. 5600 XT for $200, that's not bad considering the performance of the 5600 XT. 5700 XT for $400. That's pretty good. Because those are going for like $470 new anyways on Newegg. And then the shipping is usually not too bad on Jawa. Like for this one, estimated shipping, $17 only. So yeah, for $417, that's not too bad. And I think right now there's still no tax on Jawa. I just want to see what else they have though. They have a Founders Edition 2080 Super for a little bit more, but that's a Founders Edition. There's no way. There are sub $300 5700 XTs. No way. So there's 2 of them here. Is this legit though? I mean, it's not a verified seller. They've already sold 1. They have no reviews yet, so the person didn't get this yet. I mean, they have legit pictures. This is crazy. Oh, wait. I think I just had a little bit of dyslexia / wanting to read what I wanted to read. Was that a 6700 XT I just saw earlier? Oh, okay. Did people in the chat just say, let's see. DJ said, hey, that's my 5600 XT. Okay, so that's a good price that you had set there. Okay, so nobody pointed this out or nobody caught this. Hey, what's up, Christopher Kunin? Welcome to the stream. Okay, Death, I see what you're saying. For some reason, I was reading this as a 6700 XT, which I'm really dumb, because those are the ones that are going for around 460, 470 right now on Newegg. So, yeah, for a 5700 XT, this is more of expected, not 6700 XT. That was my bad. I completely just took the 5 and replaced it with a 6 in my head. 1080 Ti for $300, okay. 2080 Ti, 6600 XT for $400. Yeah, so see, some of these sellers, because they're not verified, they need to check with what the market is going for right now, because you can get a 6650 XT for under $400 brand new right now. But what else do we have here? 57 XT, yep, we just saw that. Some older cards, not a ton of cards from this generation. We have 450 on this one, so that's current. Is everyone just like keeping their 3060s and 3070s so that they could put it into flip builds, or for their own, just keeping it for their own system? Wait. Can I search specifically? Let's just 3060. So we did have some sold for like 350 or so. Okay. So every 3060 that's popped up is something that's been sold. So there's none actively being listed. Muhammad Khan says, suggest any NVIDIA card around $800 to $900. Oh, come on. What? We have a poll on this running right now. Muhammad, where are you at though? Are you in the US or are you like in a different country? Because it's kind of hard to say. Depending on what country you're in, like what deals are available. But come on, you have $800 to $900. Why are you not picking up the 6900 XT? For $800 to $900, you're pretty much, you could get how much are the 3080 Ti's are going for? Let me see. I think those are still like probably 1100 or so. 1050. Anything lower? Thanks, Newegg. After me putting in 3080 Ti, thank you for still showing me 3070s. You are awesome. Okay, so we're looking for 3080 Ti's. It looks like you're not gonna be able to get one for under $1,000. It looks like 1,000 exactly is for this MSI Ventus one. But Muhammad Khan, so you are in the US, okay? Yeah, I mean, I would not recommend an NVIDIA card once you're up at that price range. I would recommend this 6900 XT. Hector CZE Savvy says, do you think buying a 3060 used for mining for $250 could be worth it? I watched a few videos how mining can affect the GPU, and I'm still giving myself a week to think it through. Okay, we're gonna end the poll, and we're gonna ask everyone's opinion here, because I have my own opinion about mined cards. So other people may too. Okay, so the question is, because Hector asked a pretty good question. Would you be okay with buying a GPU that has been used to mine for your own personal system? We're not talking about flips. We're not talking about for your friends and family who, you know, are just looking for the cheapest thing. We're talking about you as a PC enthusiast. Would you trust that in your own system? For me personally, I would say yes. But I'm curious to hear what other people say. We got the votes rolling in now. But I would personally be okay with it because if you're buying something that is from the current gen, so, you know, RX 6000, RTX 3000, if you're buying something like that, it's not like they've been mining on that for a ton of time. Those cards have only been out for like a year and a half, maybe 2 years. Depends on which card. But like a year and a half to 2 years. And as long as the fans aren't completely blown out, I would be okay with it, because if most miners who know what they're doing, they would, you know, undervolt, underclock the cards. But they are probably, to keep the temperatures down, running the fans near max. But I mean, if you look at the mean time between failures for what fans are rated at, it's usually pretty high. So if anything, like, you may have to like relube or relube the fan if it's like having like squeaking or having weird sounds or anything. But guys, it's not burned out. Most miners undervolt. Yeah, exactly what Jason just said. So I think a lot of people are scared of cards that have been used to mine, but think about the discount you're getting on it. And for a 3060, you just said how much? Yeah, good point, Death. There's not a lot of data out there on long-term impact of mining on Ampere cards specifically, but generally speaking, there isn't a lot of danger using a previously mined on card. Yeah, so, but back to Hector's question. If you can find a 3060 for $250, yes, that is, for me, an instant cop. Instant buy right there. Where are you finding that for $250? Is this in your local area? If it's local, there's a higher probability that you could test the card. So if you could test the card out beforehand, you could, you know, make sure everything's fine. It's not like, if their card had issues with it, it's not like they can just hide it for the time that you're testing the system. So I would say if you could test it, I don't think many people are selling 3060s for $250 online. So that would, for me, I think that's like a local deal. Jason plays games too. It says, I paid $1,400 for my 3080. Sad. And I thought it was a great deal. $1,400 for a 3080 was a good deal, like, sometime last year. Because remember, 3080s were going for well into like the $1,700 price range from what I remember. So, yeah. Doback Slap says, I'd like the warranty that comes with a new card. Yeah, so of course, warranty is always a good thing. But when we're talking about a $400 card here on Newegg for a 3060 versus a $250, I'm willing to waive the warranty as long as I can test the card out beforehand and just make sure it checks out. Kale130 says, yeah, also generally like the idea of buying new if I can afford it and I have the choice. Yeah. I don't know. I think I've bought used not cards, but just used hardware for many years now that I'm very comfortable with it. But I can see why some people aren't. And then adding on the mining aspect of it, yeah, that makes people even more uncomfortable. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I'm just gonna go through the splash page of the Fantastech sale. So we're actually coming on an hour into stream. In terms of deals, I feel like most of this isn't even that great of deals. Though this is a pretty good deal, and it's pretty nice price too. If you're trying to build a budget system right now, the other, about, I don't know, like 3 or 4 weeks ago when I was picking up parts for a budget build, I paid, what, 60, like 62 or 60 something dollars for a used version of this CPU. Right now, this doesn't even look like it's a Prime Day sale. This is just like what the price is right now. 69 bucks. Nice. For this. And you don't even have to be a Prime member. It's really hard to beat this value right now. It's super tough to beat this. Obviously, you can go with 12th gen if you spend more. But if you're just trying to put together a cheap system for someone in like the $400-ish or less price range, there's not many other CPUs that you should go with aside from this one. This is the GOAT because you could pair some cheap motherboards with it too. Motherboards are expensive, not for these ones. So you look up LGA 1200 motherboard, you can find some pretty decent deals. It's like, and again, are you okay with Amazon Warehouse? Because Amazon Warehouse gives you a warrant. They give you a 30-day return like window, right? So you have plenty of time to play with it and figure out if there's an issue. I like going to Amazon and Newegg and getting the used refurbished motherboards because they have a pretty big discount. And there's never any issues with them. Like, what would be the cheapest one here? $60? I will wonder if there's any for... I wish you could sort by price of all prices and not just what their list price is. Because in the used options is where you're going to find a lot of the... Like this one right here. You can get this... Nope, $75. But yeah, you can pair some pretty nice... or you can pair some pretty cheap motherboards with this. Christopher Coonan says, if Jensen Wong had gone to the police, none of this would have happened. What is that in reference to? If Jensen would have gone to the police? Wait, Craig. Craig Lilly says, I'm still wondering where they put the picks and shovels on them mining cards. With the puns as always. Alright, so I'm about to end the poll soon. We did get quite a bit of votes, and we're looking at a pretty 50-50 split here. For would you be okay with buying a GPU that has been used to mine for your own personal system? We've got 53% yes, so slightly more saying yes than no, but this is pretty dang close to a 50-50 split. Yeah, the thing about this 10100F, I had to buy it used, and I paid like 62 or 63 bucks for it before tax. This is brand new for 69, nice. So yeah, I bought a couple more of these for systems I'm helping people build. What? Now would be a good time to insert ads. Creators earn more money inserting ads the more viewers are watching. Give it a try. I can insert an ad? Whoa. Okay, so we got some new channel members. Oh my. How many did we just get? Dobak slaps with 5 more gifted memberships. So Brian Robinson, Tyrese Bennett, Ameximus, some Asian characters, and to Funk. Thank you, Dobak. Please be financially responsible, Dobak. Like, I'm hoping by you being this generous, it's because this is just like either chump change for you or, you know, this is well within your means. But thank you. And then Jason with the gifting as well. Thank you, Jason. Holy crap. We have so many members now. We have so many members who are now able to use all these emotes, so feel free to spam them. But I need to get more emotes. But thank you to all the people who are gifting subs or memberships to the new members. But okay, what I was saying before this membership train started, Dobak can't one-up me on being the ultimate Danny Simp, says Jason. Yes. Thank you. Thanks to you as well, Jason. I appreciate it. Okay. Apparently I can put ads in here. This is not something I'm going to do on the regular, okay? You have my word. But there's this button here in the panel. There's this button. I can insert an ad. I'm not sure if that did anything. Oh, I can add stream markers now. Whoa. This is so cool. Did you guys get an ad? Please let me know if you get an ad. I know some people have YouTube Premium, so they're not going to get ads. And almost everyone here has memberships. So maybe no one's gonna see anything. I need to look this up. Nope, no ad. No ads here. Okay. So apparently the ad button didn't do anything. Maybe it's gonna do it for the VOD, the playback. Oh, you got an ad? I have ad block. Okay. Alright, so we're learning from here. Because that's something that Twitch streamers can do, right? They can just insert an ad at any point in time. Okay. So question. What was the ad experience like on your end? Was there a skip ad? Was there ability to skip ad? 2, did the ad take up the whole screen and like basically cut off what I was doing? And then 3, yeah, just what was the ad like? If you have ad block, of course you won't see an ad. Actually, if it's like Twitch, ad block doesn't work on Twitch. So I'm curious if the YouTube stream ads. And again, you have my word. I'm not gonna be spamming ads because I personally hate ads, especially during streams where you start missing out on content. But what happened when you got the ad? It was an ad of Popeyes. It took up the whole screen. And there was a skip button. I got a skip ad and it took up the whole screen. Okay. So it let you skip, but it did take up the whole screen. So it interrupted my stream. So if I were to run an ad, I need to like not say anything important as I run the ad, right? So interesting. I just got here. Can you play ad again? No. I'm not gonna run another ad. Thank you for the $2 super chat though, Demon Raptor. I do not. Doback slaps with another 5 gifted. Doback, I think their goal is to have every single person who is attending stream be a member, a channel member. So, oh my goodness. Okay. There was a skip ad button, and it does cut it off, and I got an ad for Safe Flight and Domino's Pizza. Interesting. Okay, so I need to figure out the balance of, like, if I ever do run ads. I don't think I would want to run that many ads. I don't even know how much money I would make from it, so I would rather keep this an ad-free experience because we do have quite the generous, you know, amount of people doing the gifted memberships as well as super chats. So I guess that's my promise. So long, you know, as we have a bunch of generous people in the chat, we're not gonna run ads. But that was just, it was just interesting to see. Yes, Demon Raptor, you will have to go watch an ad somewhere else. Use an ad for water breaks, exactly right. Which I haven't gotten a reminder to drink water, but I'm gonna drink some now. Okay. Borussia Osuma. What is the MAD again? MAD currency. That is Moroccan dirham. Thank you for the 50 Moroccan dirham super chat. Please boot Micropixel and CW DAO. Where? I'm not seeing Micropixel or CW. Oh, there they are. I'm gonna put them in timeout because they're actually asking a question that I just didn't happen to see. Just guys, try not to spam. But okay, $5. No more locked doors. Wait, what do you mean by that? Practical Rob Tech. What do you mean by no more locked doors? Where's the other person? I do not see them up in the chat. What keyboard do you use? Keyboard information is down in the description. Okay, so we are about an hour into stream. Let's see, what other deals that I have down here? Yeah, I think we've pretty much looked at all of them already. I found like 4 deals I thought was worth it for computer hardware. So for the Fantastech and Prime Days deals, I did see a lot of people posting about monitors because, of course, on Prime Day and Fantastech deals and Black Friday and stuff like that, usually Twitter feeds get filled up with people pushing affiliate links and things like that, which is fine, but it's just on those days because everybody is doing it. It's just like, holy crap, so many people pushing links for stuff. So I was seeing a lot of people post monitors which I cannot do in-depth thorough monitor reviews. So I usually point to like Hardware Unboxed or something like that if you have questions about monitors and if they're worth it or not. Because for the most part, I go for my peripherals, I just go for the specs. Like for mine, I looked for, was it 1440p? Was it ultra wide? Was it high refresh rate? And was the price good? And this Acer one that I do have was priced really well. And then I asked my wife to get it for me for Christmas one year. But other than that, like in terms of like the color accuracy and stuff like that, I'm able to measure color accuracy, but a lot of the other like latency and input delays and stuff like that, I can't measure. I don't have the tools to, so that's why I don't do monitor reviews on this channel. Most people who do monitor reviews, it's more like an unboxing and overview, because unless they actually put the literal tool up to the screen to get all the measurements and like the response times and stuff like that, it's not really a true review, right? Master Singleton says, sorry for lurking, was on Amazon ordering items that was on my wish list. Okay, so if you guys have anything that you want me to look over, now's the time to submit them to Twitter, because we're an hour into the stream. So if you have PC part picker lists you want me to just take a quick look through, give my inputs, and get the input of the chat, because we're all here, we see the same stuff. If you have your setup or PC that you recently finished or you recently redid, Jason, you should submit yours, because I did see that you posted to Kyle your new build, which in the Hyte Revolt 3. But yeah, if you have any of that, post to me on Twitter at NerdOnABudget. Information down in the description of this, I believe. Donate through. Oh yeah. So the information's down in the description. But just find me on Twitter, tag me, link it, send the pictures, etc. We'll do that. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna keep on browsing through some of these fantastic supposed deals. 011 Dynamic Mini. So this one, and it comes with a SFX power supply. What is the normal price on this? Because a 750 watt SFX power supply in itself is worth around $100, making the rest of this. But I don't know, is the normal price really only $190? Because this is a good deal for like a high quality case. 011 Dynamic Mini, very good case. I haven't built in the glass version, but I built in the airflow version. This one, there's also a $15 promotional gift card with purchase. What is this gift card? Oh, it's probably just like a Visa gift card or something like that. Okay, so effectively the price is down to $155, which for including an SFX power supply, again, if you look up SFX units, they're pretty expensive when you start getting up to this high of wattages. Christopher Coonan says, AOC is bittersweet for me. I know the owner and founder, and I was offered a job I never took. Wish I did. AOC, where are they based out of? Jason plays games too. It's really wide. Okay, so the reason you're not a fan of the 011 series is the reason I am a fan of it, because I like computer cases that are shaped like cubes. And it's wide for a reason, because it's dual chamber. So you get, your power supply isn't in a basement on the bottom, or it's not up top. It's in its own secondary back chamber here, which is why the added width is on there. But I mean, it's not for everyone. Not everyone likes these cube size or cube shaped cases. I just do, so. But the build quality on these, I mean, these are a huge step up from, those typical $50 cases that you get to try to build a cheap budget build. Demon Raptor says, Zotac Gaming GeForce RTX 3060 Twin Edge OC 12GB for $380. Should I buy for Prime Day or wait for the 40 series? Demon Raptor, it depends. What do you currently have in your system? I mean, if you are waiting for... Okay, also, while people are submitting their Twitter stuff, so we'll go to Twitter in a second here. Oh, we got quite a bit of stuff. Ooh, Jason with his setup. So we'll take a look at that in a second. But if we take a look at what 4000 rumor release date, let's take a look at this, because wasn't there rumors that RTX 4000 was supposed to come out in mid-July, which is like one day, what, like a couple of days from now? Highly press X for doubt, right? Highly doubt that's gonna happen. But who was it that was talking? Was it Jay or was it somebody else who was talking about Nvidia pushing back 4000 series? Was that in the newest video? Or Jay's been doing a lot of talking head videos, so I can't keep track. I get them mixed up, the things he talks about in the videos. But he was speculating, and I don't know if there was any backing to the information, but as you can see, there are plenty of RTX 3000 series cards in stock. If Nvidia releases 4000 series cards and doesn't do some stupid markups on the prices and things like that, basically the 3000 series will have to take a big price cut, or else they won't sell. So people are thinking Nvidia is just gonna push back the release of RTX 4000 so that, you know, the stock of RTX 3000 is gonna move first. So then what does that mean for the actual release date? This is from trendblog.net. I don't know if they're reputable or not, but I've seen a lot of you know, tech blogs and websites, news, tech news outlets talk about mid-July, but I'm willing to bet a lot of money that's not gonna happen. So if you need a graphics card right now, let's see what Raptor said. Did they answer the question? Demon Raptor, what graphics card do you have? I'm looking for a first build. Right now I have a laptop. Oh, you're looking for your first build and you have a laptop with the 2060. So should you buy the 3060 right now? Oh man, do you really need a 3060? I'm not gonna like completely try to convince you to get a 6600, but that's the value play right now. If you're looking to build a PC because you're trying to get off your laptop, because laptop is gonna have like slightly worse performance, then yeah, I mean, I would say build right now. Do not wait for RTX 4000, please. And I'm not saying that from a point of view of like where Jay is saying it. I've always been of, if you need a computer right now, regardless of the situation, regardless of stock and stuff, then build right now. But if you can hold off and keep on your laptop, then it never hurts to wait, right? But personally, if I wanted to build a desktop right now, and for some reason I only wanted a 3060, I would buy right now and not wait for a 4000 series. But I would first probably be convinced to buy a 6600. So it's $3 on eBay, the Pentium 2120G. What generation is that even from? That's $3 on eBay. You're asking if the Pentium 2120 is good. So not only is it a Pentium, but it is from Ivy Bridge. Back in 2012. No, that is not a good gaming CPU. You got 2 cores and 2 threads. It's gonna be Stutter City for you if you use that. All right, we're gonna end the poll. Okay, so now let's get to the Twitter submissions, which we got quite a bit of stuff today. Thank you for the submissions, everyone. Bill. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. There's actually... Where were all my notifications from? What? Oh, is it because I was just on vacation in San Diego, and apparently my desktop did not read my notifications, so we don't have too much stuff, but that's fine because we can just have more time to chill and do whatever you guys want after we get through these. So Jason Okay. So Jason submitted this to Kyle because Bitwit Kyle recently put up he recently put up a thing for people to submit their super nice setups, right? So that like something that you would think is unroastable, and then Kyle was gonna try to roast them. So I know Jason recently built this PC because he used to have the Corsair 4000D case from when he submitted before. So this is Jason Whitmer, who's in chats right now, his setup, which is really nice. What is this thing? What is this hexagon light bar thing from, Jason? Can you let us know? But I think that brings this whole setup together pretty nicely. But here's Jason's build. You can see the, let's see, the RGB fans here. That he has a For the Win 3080. For the Win 3 RTX 3080, and he has it in the Hyte Revolt with the 1270K, so very similar to my system. So here it is with the lights off, which looks really good as well. What else do we have here? This is that a PlayStation 5, right? And then Nintendo Switch. So PS5. Is this like a custom plate? They normally don't just have the fan exposed like that, right? And then here's a vertical shot of the WAN show. What are you doing? Isn't this Adobe, what is this? Oh, you're watching a video on how to even out volume levels. That's something that I also struggle with, too. Trying to make all volume the same, it's not an easy task. Okay, but this is Jason's setup. Very nice. If I wanted to roast this, though, this is like, I mean, come on. You have a really nice system. You have, like, nice monitors, all this stuff. You're a grown man who has a big boy job, and you're still on IKEA furniture. Nothing wrong with IKEA furniture. I've also used IKEA furniture, but I'm a cheap ass, okay? So, you clearly have money to spend on your setup, but you're still doing the whole Alex drawers with the tabletop, which again, I'm just kidding here, okay? I don't want to offend anybody. I've had the Alex drawer setup with like a butcher block / countertop. It's an awesome like price to performance setup, but in the interest of trying to roast Jason specifically because he said his setup is unroastable, he got the most generic, every tech tuber on YouTube, every 14-year-old whose parents finally gives them enough money to go to IKEA to make a setup. That's what this setup is right here, Jason. So, that's as much as I can roast it though, because honestly, Jason's setup is pretty nice. Christopher Coonan says, I kind of hate the Linus Media Group. They went expensive, but not exotic enough to be that channel. What do you mean? They went expensive. You mean like all their content is on expensive stuff now? Linus recently did like a budget video, right? Which, in that one, I think he built like a $400 or $500 PC. But I guess most of their stuff does cover more expensive things. Yes, Brent W, please send in your jank setup. Honestly, the jank setups are always the best ones, especially if people can get creative with the limited funds and stuff like that. Let's see, what else is it? There's nothing. Is this what is this thing right here? It looks like a Google Home, but I can't tell if it's a Google Home or if it's just like a small tablet. But who puts a Google Home on their desk? This is like for the kitchen or for the living room typically, right? That's where our Google Home is. We have one. But who puts it on their desk? What are you gonna do? Ask it the weather? Oh, this is Alexa? Okay, I couldn't tell. There's not enough details to be able to show. What is it? The Alexa Show? Or is that the Google Show? I don't know all the smart home products, but either way, this is actually a very nice setup. Good job, Jason. And I'm glad you are now in the vertical tower handled case master race, and you got the white version here to match your setup. Okay. What do you think about this list? Ask Mystical Cell. So we do have a PC part picker list. We gotta play the mini game every single week. How fast can I choose boats? Boats. And boom. Just like that, we got through the capture. Okay. What do I think of this list? So we have a Ryzen 9 5900X. A Be Quiet Dark Rock Pro. Okay. I'm actually not sure what the general performance of this is over, say, either 280 or 360 AIO. So I would take a quick look to make sure. I mean, this is their fatty air cooler. This should be fine for the 5900X, but I would need to look up some reviews on it just to see the general performance as opposed to going with the AIO. But anyways, B550 motherboard, okay. For what, 173. Oloy 3000 megahertz CL16 memory. You could probably push 3200 to 3600 megahertz and still keep the CL16. Probably not with the 3600 megahertz, but at least 3200 megahertz CL16, if not 3600 CL18. For a little bit more, for maybe like 10 or 15 more. So I mean, you're going with, what's the graphics card? 3070. You're going with the 3070 and the 5900X. At that point, it is not the time to cheap out on the RAM when you could get better RAM for not that much more. Let's see, 4 terabyte Seagate Barracuda drive. Yeah, you're going with Ryzen, so if you could push the frequency speed up on the memory, that would be helpful. Normally, I'm not a stickler for like RAM speed and stuff like that, but I mean, you're going with the 5900X here. This isn't just some cheap processor. This is a almost, you know, it's a $1,800 build, and you got some pretty nice stuff in here. You got a 1 terabyte SSD. This is a pretty budget SSD, $70 for 1 terabyte, and then so that's fine. 4000D, very nice. And then a $80. What is this? A B5. Yeah, for the power supply, I mean, pretty much check tier list. If you can get something get the highest tier that you can for whatever price you're willing to pay. But yeah, for this one, honestly, the RAM's the only thing that kind of sticks out to me. Also, the motherboard, I could have sworn there are some X570 boards that you can find for around this price point, if not open box or something. So just the RAM and the motherboard. But other than that, pretty standard build. Hey, what's up, Ryan HM? Ryan, haven't been in a stream in a long time. What's up? What's up? Good to see you here. Have you not been in streams because you've seen the streams pop up and you just haven't been able to attend or just weren't interested? Or have you not attended streams because you didn't get the notifications? So one thing I've noticed is that right now I am in the YouTube algorithm. And I can see that from my channel analytics. Like, everything is up right now. And I've done nothing different. I've been producing the same amount of videos, as well as, I would say, the same quality of videos as I have for the last like year and a half. But YouTube finally kicked me back in the algorithm. So like the streams, we've been having more concurrent viewers. For like revenue is up, views are up, and just yeah. So you haven't been here for a while. I'm just curious if it's because when I was out of the algorithm, you didn't get my notifications for when the streams are live. Because I have not missed a stream. I've been streaming every single Wednesday ever since like last September or October. So I'm trying to keep the streak going to never miss a stream for as long as possible. Okay, so let's see. We've got Delilah with let's see. What is this now? So we got like and sub to know. Thank you, Delilah, for the shout out on your paint screen. Okay, let's see. We have what is this? USN Legends Cool. That's what I'm not familiar with. Oh, United States Navy Legend So Cool in the chat, I think. Owl Bell says, I watched your videos a few years ago on my old account, but just started rewatching in the last 2 weeks because I was in the recommended. Yeah, so YouTube, once you're in the algorithm, they start recommending you, all that good stuff. So we're having a good time right now. Oh, okay, got it. So you have been getting notifications. You've just been busy, which is fine. Thank you for stopping by tonight, by the way. And you know, people should never feel obligated to like keep watching a viewer until the end of time. Everyone starts, you know, you start getting stale or you start losing interest in stuff over time. But then that's when the new viewers come in to fill your place. When you are out of the YouTube algorithm, what's going on here? Yeah, your typical viewers that have been watching you for a while, they stop watching you just because they're finding new things, and then they don't suggest you to new people. So then that's where the issue is with YouTube. But going back to Delilah's build and setup, so you have a hole in your desk that looks like you drilled or you cut a hole in here so that you can get the... I've never done this before. Have y'all done this? Let's run a poll. We need to run more polls. Have you ever drilled a hole in your desk for the keyboard and mouse cables? So this is something I would probably never personally do myself. I would rather get like cable raceways and runways and stuff to like, or get wireless. Like for mine. Like, I can just take my keyboard and go wireless mode if I really want it to be very clean, right? But for the people who drill a permanent hole in your desk, like, I guess you could always cover it up with a desk pad if you needed to, but are you, like, that sure about a permanent thing that you want to put this permanent modification to do to your desk? I can't tell if this is a nice desk or not. I can't tell if that's solid wood or if this is just, like, laminated, you know, either a laminated table or like honeycomb core. But we got the holes in the desk, running a poll. So far almost 90% of the people said they have never drilled a hole in their desk. But in terms of the build itself, we got 16 gigabytes of RAM, B660 board with a 12100F, 1 terabyte, SN570. That was the SSD that went on a pretty good sale a couple of weeks ago, for 1 terabyte with, what were they, like 70 something or 80 bucks. And then we got a 6500 XT. Got when GPU prices were still insane. So you did, how much did you get this for is what I'm curious though. Because if you got it for 200, even though we got issues with it, you are running a PCIe Gen 4 system. So it's not going to be as bad as for the people who bought this card and are using it on like an older system. But you have a 6500 XT. You spent probably around 200 on it, and right now the 6600 is going for 250, which is kind of ridiculous. But hey, if this system makes you happy, that's all good and dandy. Let's take a look at the cable management of the build. You do have the 600 GD in here. I'm curious if that was B stock or not. But cable management wise, so we do have a micro ATX board in a mid tower, so you do have all this gap beneath, which is why you see all these cables popping up and not looking super clean. But then you have your SATA coming out through here. I probably would have just done this. Actually, SATA's down here, but you could have a shorter cable run if you went up through here and then came down on the backside. Let's see what else. Other than that, though, not much to do about the cable management except to pull stuff tighter, because this all looks kind of loose and gangly, some of it. But other than that, pretty solid budget build. I'm not a fan of the 6500 XT, but if you got it during the shortage and the insane prices for everything else, there's not much else you can do. So thank you for the submission though, Delilah. I appreciate it. All right, we got Kay. What's up, Danny? Just want to share this PC I did for my wife. Awesome. Always love it when people build stuff for other people. So you built this for your wife. She loves Wonder Woman, so I customized it myself as a 5600X, 3050, 16 gigs of RAM at 3200 megahertz, P550, a 240 Lynnwood Galahad AIO, 650 watt power supply, and then all in a LandCool 205M, which is a case I like a lot. So we got the Wonder Woman Funko right here. Something looks odd about this, and I think it's because of the way, in this case specifically, the motherboard position relative to how high the AIO could be pushed up. Let's see. So we got a mostly white build. We got a lot of white stuff in here, except for the motherboard and the graphics card. And then we got the Wonder Woman with the custom. Oh, nice. And then Wonder Woman in the back, and then the diagonal straps in the front. So, the build has solid specs. Looks pretty nice. You got the cable extensions in there too for right here. 24 pin as well as 8 pin going into the graphics card. My question is, would this AIO have fit at the top? Because if so, that would be the most, you know, quote unquote ideal position for noise, as well as make sure there's no like air bubbles that get to places where you don't want them to be. Aesthetically, I think it might look a little better, because again, this looks a little strange just because of the way that this case is designed. How you can't push the AIO up higher from what it looks like here. The fan mount is a little bit low relative to the top of the case. So other than that though, solid build, and thanks for the submission, and I hope your wife is enjoying this. Yeah, I mean, I think the very nice thing about building, unless your wife is like super into PCs or a gamer, like when I built my wife a system, it kind of just needs to work. It doesn't have to have like the craziest specs. The craziest thing that my wife played on the PC was The Sims anyway, so that's not even that intensive a game. But the nice thing is like building something for her, it was like not hard to build something cheap that was, you know, reliable and that performed well enough for her. So like, yeah, building for people who don't game hardcore or do like content creation and stuff like that, it's really nice, because usually they can fully appreciate and fully utilize a system that it's only worth like $400 or $500, as opposed to, you know, I feel like for me, I think my threshold for like a system that does what I need to do is probably around like the $1,200 to $1,500 range. I could get by with cheaper, but like if I were to choose, my personal range is like $1,200 to $1,500 for my personal builds. But okay, Kay, thank you for the submission. What else do we have? Oh, we got some more stuff. All right, Idris says, this is my PC part picker list. This is my first build, and I want a Ryzen CPU with integrated graphics, but also a GPU, but I don't know what GPU to get. What would you recommend? All right, so Idris, hopefully I'm saying that right. Idris. So they've put together... My question, though, is if you're in the chat, Idris, hopefully you are, why do you want integrated graphics? There are reasons to get integrated graphics, so that if your graphics card ever had issues, you aren't left without a working functioning PC. That would be probably the biggest one for me anyways. But taking a look at this build, okay, so we're looking at pounds here, so from the UK. So you have everything but a graphics card. So just looking at your parts list, 500 gig SSD, H510, EVA GD, everything looks, and then you have your monitor. So everything here, let me see what you wrote on your tweet. I wanted, this is your first build, and I wanted integrated graphics, but also GPU. Have you built this already? If you already have this, build, then what would I pair with this? I would, depending on how much you have, I think a 6650 XT, which is going for like 380 or like 370 right now in the US anyways, I would go with that. I would go for like a 6600 or a 6650 XT, just based on everything that's here and the overall price. 6700 XT would also not be bad either. I should have put one of the choices to the question, not yet. So some people might end up doing it. So 15% of the people have drilled holes in their desk for cables. I think this split is about what I would have expected. More people than not have not drilled. And yeah, I don't think I ever would drill a hole in my table. I don't, especially since when I do things like mount stuff on the wall or like put up picture frames up, I want it to be like perfect. Like measurement wise, perfect. I would be so anal about where that hole went, like what dimensions relative to the desk, like how far away from me, how far to the edge. I would never be able to determine the perfect spot to put a hole. So yeah, I just run my stuff either wireless or run it to the back. Hey, Keychron 130 says, hey, I started watching the channel recently. Well, welcome to the channel. We do these weekly streams every single week where we look at prices of stuff online. We go through people's submissions. If you have any questions, you can submit it to Twitter, and we look at your build lists, give opinions, give suggestions, etc. So I'm going to end the poll. We had enough people answer questions. Is there any other poll-like questions that we should ask while we go through the Twitter submissions? But yeah, graphics card-wise, what would I recommend? You didn't have any... What would you recommend for GPU? It doesn't look like you have any preference for NVIDIA. So yeah, anything from the RX 6600 up to the 6700 XT, I think would pair well with the rest of the parts in this build, which sounds like you might already have, Aegis. But thanks for the submission. We're gonna move on to the next one now. YouTube Ray plays games. How's this list? I'm getting the CPU and GPU at Micro Center, everything else at Amazon, and the manual prices are Prime Day deals. Okay, so YouTube Ray plays games. Are you? So it sounds like you're building this PC from scratch, and I'm guessing it's gonna be for yourself. You've got, oh nice, you got the Micro Center 12700K, which is 320. That's such a crazy good price. And you have the motherboard too, which also is going to have that Micro Center discount. Okay. So then you have Arctic Freezer 280, which is a very highly rated. Yeah, this one has a fat radiator. I almost bought this one for my case, except it didn't fit. But I would have used this Arctic Liquid Freezer too, because the radiator is for the most part going to determine how good the cooling performance is, more so than the pump in the fans, because you can always change those. But the radiator, yeah, this doesn't fit in a lot of ITX cases, so I can get that. But solid choice there for this Ray. Then you got 32 gigabytes of 3200 CL16, which is fine. Team Group RGB memory, 980 Pro 2, 2 terabyte SSD. Well, are these this cheap now? Let me take a look at this real quick. Wow, it's funny because not too long ago when I bought the drives for my friend James, these were not this cheap. I don't know what their normal price is, but they are not normally $195, because when I bought James's drives for him, his 970s, which are Gen 3, those were about $199 a piece. So the fact that you can get this 2 terabyte Gen 4 drive from Samsung, which always carries a premium, for $200 right now, that's pretty solid. Then you have an RTX 3080 for $800. This is 12 gigabyte model. Deep Cool Matrix 55. Okay. And then Asus ROG Strix. So you picked this up either on Prime Day deals or something. Okay, so you're asking, how's this list? Honestly, this is a solid list. There's not much I would really change about this. $2,000 and you're getting yourself a system with the 12700K, 32 gigabytes of RAM, 2 terabytes of storage. A lot of people, when they look at total prices, you can't just look at the graphics card and CPU, even though that's mainly the things that I look for usually. But then you should start having to look for, okay, I've seen people put together a build with these kind of same specs for way less than 2,000. It's because they're not putting in 32 gigs of RAM. It's because they're not putting in 2 terabyte Samsung drives, right? They're usually doing, they're cutting corners in some areas like that to get the price down like $200 lower or something. But this is a very solid build for $2,000. Not much I would change here, and you already got some pretty good deals nestled in here. So, all right. So then we got Japoye with so Japoye, what is this? Specs 10100F R9 290X. I had that card personally. That was, which one do you have though? 600 watt power supply, almost a 500 gigabyte SSD, Montech X1, white cable extensions, RGB fans from up here, and then H510 motherboard. So pretty solid spec system. It's very similar to, for a build like this, I would say this would go for around $400 or $500. Mainly because, you know, we're using a pretty old graphics card that's similar to like a GTX 970. Very nice pictures though with the detailed shots. I cannot tell which card this one is though. Is that like an XFX or a Sapphire one? I can't see, but Japoye, is this your personal build or is this a build that you did for someone else? I like the white and black going on though. Oh, it's a power actually, now that you mention it, I can see the power colorness in there, and it's funny because if we look at the 6600, oh my goodness. I don't think they had the fighter card back then. But that cooler looks almost, does it look almost identical to, so if you, the 290X, when did that come out? Like 2015 or something, 2014, 2015, the 290X? That card, the cooler style with the exposed copper heat pipes and stuff, it looks pretty similar to the cards they had many generations ago. We're talking about current gen here to a card that's like, by this point, like 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old. 2013, so 9 years old. Dang, that's crazy. Okay, thanks for the submission. We got I'm Shota Nobe Stream. Shota, you just had a PC part picker list, but I don't know what this list is. Is this something you just put together for fun? Is this something you are about to actually build and buy yourself? So it's hard to give input because in different use cases or scenarios, I would probably say different things. You do have the expensive Microsoft Windows 10 Pro OEM here. I hope you are aware that you can use Windows 10 Pro without putting a key in. You can't change your screensaver and your background easily. You have to go through workaround ways of doing it, as well as some other limitations. But when you only have putting 10% of your build into the OEM, because the overall cost is about $1,300 and this is $130, that's not advised. I don't have a gray market CD key website thing to share with you, but you can get Windows gray market keys, which, you know, some people may question if that's pretty much close to pirating. I just want, if you weren't aware, if you're okay with paying $130, I'm not going to stop you, but you could either use Windows for free or pay for a $15 key from many websites that a lot of other YouTubers promote. You've probably seen them. Just go to your, you know, your favorite YouTuber, watch a couple of their videos. They will have CD key sponsors with a code that can get you this for $15. H510 is on sale on Amazon for $70. Okay, we'll take a look at that in a second. But yeah, looking at the rest of the build, 700K at Best Buy for $350. Kraken Z63, so that's gonna be your LED screen. That's why it's so expensive. LED AIOs are just expensive right now. I don't think there are many under the $200 price point. Let's see. Then we got the N7. You really want the NZXT aesthetic going on here. Okay. Yep. You are going for the aesthetic. You got the Trident Royal memory. 1 terabyte SSD here. Okay. 3070, H510. So yeah, what Kevin was saying, it's on sale on Amazon for $20 cheaper. Everything, I mean, this is a pretty standard build. Nothing to really nitpick or poke at. You do have some premium aesthetic components here, but you're probably well aware of that. The only thing I would say is just for the Windows. Just be aware you can get it for cheaper. If you are aware, then you can ignore my advice or ignore my comment. Jason Whitmer says, Nobe is my favorite YouTuber with a friggin' ooh face. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate that. Okay, Leo Band says, I build this PC a month ago, but I think I need to do some changes. I have a i5. What? Oh, I can. Okay, I think you love the videos. I learn a lot. Thank you, Leo. But going back to this, so you have a GIF of your. How did you put a GIF? But let's see. I'm thinking of a i7 10 or 11th gen. Okay, I built this PC, but I think I need some. You have an i5 10th gen F CPU is what I make from this. 32 gigs of RAM, 1 TB SSD. Yep, all that. RTX 3050. Okay, I'm thinking about buying an i7. What should I do? I mean, between these two, why do you want to... Leo, are you in the chat? Leo, Banzer, Leonardo. I'm not sure if they're in chat right now. Hey, what's up, Leon? Long time no see. Captain Howdy says hi. What's up? Okay, Leo Bands, you are in chat. You have an RTX 3050 and a 10th gen i5. I'm guessing like a 10400 or like a 10600. Why do you want to upgrade the and 4000 series? Do you think I should do it? Right now, I don't think you really need to upgrade the processor until you do the graphics card. You could even... I don't know how much you have to spend, but I would first upgrade the graphics card. See if you upgrade graphics cards, you're gonna be, especially if you wait for 4000 series, you're gonna be well into. It looks like you probably already are playing at 1440p. If so, your i5 might not be that much of a bottleneck. So I would say the graphics card is a higher priority than the i5. I would say hold off on the CPU upgrade until after you get the graphics card, and then see if if it's not getting the performance that you want. You feel like it's not giving you the best performance in what games? El Bujo says, I have a GTX 970. Do you think I should upgrade? Yeah, if you have a GTX 970, the perfect time to upgrade is now, and the perfect thing to upgrade it with is this. Oh, come on, what's going on? Is to go with this this right here. This Prime Day deals. If you have a GTX 970, go get this right now for $255. We talked about it earlier on stream, but that would be my go-to. Leo says, in FPS games and some other games, I'm trying to make more of my graphic design work. So just because of that. Okay. Have you taken a look at, have you gotten hardware info or hardware monitor or any of those? And have you used whatever games and programs that you've been playing with both of these and just taking a look at which of the two components are being stressed and taxed? Because right now, your performance hit, I'm thinking, is more from this RTX 3050, not so much the 10th gen i5. Yeah, El Bujo, check the pinned comment to the stream chat. If you're trying to upgrade from a GTX 970, it's hard to pass up on a $255 RX 6600. It is really hard. Hey, we got the water reminder. Thank you, Craig Lee. And the rice reminder, because I gotta eat dinner soon. We're coming up on the end of stream, actually. Crap. How much more do we have? Do you think I should do it, or with yeah. I would say hold off on the processor. Replace the graphics card, and then see. It's the same price? Wait, really? Let me see. The RX 6600 is the same price on Newegg with 2 free games. How did I miss this? I didn't see it earlier. Oh, is it because of with the promo? Let's see. With the rebate card. Okay, let me take a look at some of these deals. $299. The mech edition, right? You're saying this one. So this one, it's down to 280. So it's, was it? Whoa, actually. So it's 280 because you get the $20 off with the promo code. So it brings it to 275. Plus you get this. What is in this bundle? You get Saints Row. Is that out yet? Sniper Elite and Forspoken. I'm gonna be honest, I've never played any of these games, but they could be worth, I mean, they're worth more than $0, right? So if you can get the same deal, except you have to deal with the rebate card. Though $275 just with the instant sale and getting these keys, that's actually not too bad at all. Let me make a short link for that real quick. Good looking out on that. So over on Newegg, so we'll get that there. Yeah, let's look at Amazon H510. Oh, here's a question. We need a poll. And emphasis on the bad. We're gonna, okay, because the H510 is a case that I actually personally enjoy using. I've used it in multiple builds. I've built for people who, you know, aren't like the craziest like enthusiasts in terms of specs and stuff. So why do I keep on going to that scene every single time? We have, is this a Prime Day sale? But we have the H510 here. It looks like that's just the price going on today. You don't have to have Amazon Prime or anything. So $70. The H510. A lot of people, because, you know, there was like almost like a crusade of tech content creators complaining about front panel, like solid front panel cases. There became like an echo chamber, or just like a bunch of people regurgitating the same information, that any case with no mesh airflow is a bad case, which is not the case at all. You could build there are plenty of parts you can put in this build and have zero issues with cooling. Sure, it's not going to be as good as if you have a mesh front, but it's also not going to kill your parts any sooner, and it will perform just fine. You could still have like low noise and reasonable temps. But for $70, I would say this is a solid pickup. You know, NZXT has a certain look to it. I like it. And their cable management, do they have any pictures of the back panel? It doesn't look like it. But yeah, cable management in NZXT cases are really easy. If you take a look here, they do have like really good cutouts for stuff that come through the bottom, as well as for your graphics card. Not a lot of cases have this like little hole here, so you can have a direct up into your PCIe power to your graphics card. And then they have the cable bar, which makes it look really clean when you pull out, you know, your USB 3.0 header, when you pull out your 24-pin, your SATA cables. It looks way cleaner doing it this way than having the holes with the grommets and stuff, and you can see stuff going on in the back. Like, this cable bar hides it really well. So that's why we're running the poll. I'm just curious to see how many people actually think this is a bad case, because I think this is actually a good case. And for $70, this is actually a pretty good case for the price, given how much other crap there is out there. Because again, cases after the pandemic, they just all went up in price. It's really hard to find budget cases. H510 is simple, minimalist. Yes, I agree. Isn't there a Cougar case for $50 on Amazon? There might be. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the Cougar case. It might be this one. This would be the only case that I've ever seen from Cougar. But okay, look at this thing already. First of all, do they even have any better pictures of this? They don't. Are you kidding me? What case is this? We'll look up the actual. I can promise you. Yeah, I can promise you that this Cougar case, even though it's $50, yeah, this is a crappy case. I mean, if you're using it to like try to flip a PC to and stuff like that, yeah, this I can already tell just looking at it. One of the things that I'm so over, and maybe not everyone else is over, is this right here. Come on, zoom in. Oh, why is Amazon being weird right now? Can I zoom in? But I am so over tempered glass side panels that are held on by 4 thumb screws that go through the holes on the side of the panel. I don't know why oh, it says to double click. I'm dumb. Oh, and it comes out blurry. But this versus like the H510 having this glued on lip and a single point with the pop-in pins and like a single point. Yeah, it's just small stuff like that. Plus this one, let's see. I mean, I can tell you right now, these buttons also are gonna feel like crap on this case. What else? Oh, look at the back. You see, when a case has this pocketed back panel like this, you can there's just like these signs, and I've talked about these in the videos and the streams. There is these signs that you can just see immediately of what a cheap case is versus a slightly nicer case. This pocketed back panel is a sign of a cheap case, and that's why this thing is $50. And I would not recommend this case to anyone, because the case, I mean, you can keep a case for multiple upgrade cycles, like I've talked about. Dude, if you spend the extra $20, I promise you will thank yourself over the next few years when you have to do any upgrades to the system, or when you completely change out the internals of your system and you keep the case. You will thank yourself for spending a little bit extra money. Now, that's not to say if you only have $50, then yeah, and this is all you can afford, go ahead. But there's a difference if you can afford a little bit more of getting like a more premium case. Are you going, wait, let's see. Extra room, yeah, so this is for extra room for cable clutter, but that's because the motherboard tray is so close to the back panel that they have to put this in here. Most cases, they give you like an inch of space about behind the motherboard tray to the side panel. When they give you this, it means there's no space back here. For the most part, the case is still going to work fine, but yeah, I would say. So if we look at the poll, do you think NZXT H510 is a bad case or not? We do have about a 60-40 split. 60% of the people say no, 40% of the people say yes about. I'm curious, why do you think it's a bad case? And please don't say because of the airflow, because airflow only matters in terms of like good and bad. You only need airflow if the case is a hot box in the first place and is making your parts overheat and throttle. But if that's not the case, which again, I've built plenty of stuff in the H510 with no issues, no throttling issues, no high temperature issues, and you know, there is still some ventilation. Why do you say it's a bad case? Aside from not having a mesh front panel. FG204, you have the H510 and you say temps in your opinion. Jason Whitmer says, I hate the H510 aesthetic. Its popularity ruined case innovation for 3 to 4 years. I mean, there's a reason why it was popular, right? Let's see what else. So you don't like, so some people don't like the aesthetic. Some people say the temps, it looks basic and costs a lot in my opinion. Okay, so yeah, this is back to the simple looks. I mean, it costs a lot because they put other things in here. They don't show the back here, but there's a lot of room to work in and like an actual cable raceway. So it costs a little bit more because they have those things. And I'm not like, I'm by no means an NZXT simp, by the way. Okay? Like, there of course, there's a lot of good cases out there. This one just happens to be on sale, which is why we're talking about it. But I'm just trying to understand if there's justified hate for this case, which I've seen on the internet. Anytime I use an H510 in a video, if it's not the flow version, I always get comments of people saying it is a horrible case. So that's why I'm trying to ask the chat now. Check out the DF. I've checked out the DF700 Flux. I've checked that out and I built in it. So I built in this case. I wish we got Immortal Fireboy. with a $2 super chat. Deep Cool CL500 and Mach Cube 110 are good deals. Okay, we'll take a look at those two. Looks like we've shifted into the case. Oh, we've gone over 2 hours. Okay, I'm gonna look at these two cases last. Sorry I didn't get to everybody on Twitter, but that's the nature of the Twitter submissions. We just go in order. But we shifted to case discussion, which a lot of people are participating in, so we'll keep that momentum. So the Mach Cube 110, that's a $45 case. Okay, the Mach Cube 110, this thing looks very similar to the Lee 205 in terms of form factors. Micro ATX with the basement. For 45 bucks, it's on sale right now, down from 60. Just take a quick look at it. I can't tell how much room there is in the back there. Interesting. It has this little handle thing. Why is Amazon's picture quality so bad right now? Like, everything's so blurry for me. But this case, okay, it comes with a single fan, which is fine. I've never built in this case. Maybe I need to plan a build around this, because 45 bucks is actually a pretty solid deal. Here. Let me put the link. So Mach Cube. Man, YouTube Studio keeps on reminding me to run ads. Like, they really want to just get that ad money. Because remember, they get paid too, not just me. I just keep seeing in the corner of my eye pop up. Mach Cube, Mic 110, Micro ATX. Okay, and then this one's going for 45 bucks. Okay, given that prices for cases have been pretty bad recently, 45 bucks. And then Deep Cool is pretty solid brand. Everything else, having not built in this though, just taking a look at it, it looks like a solid deal. Also, what is that? Is that a graphics card sag bracket? I think it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. I've never used a case with a built-in kind of sag thingy like that. That is on the motherboard tray. I've used the ones that like push it up from this side, but this is actually pretty cool. Yes, it is a sag bracket. So this is a nice touch for a $45 case. You are limited because it is a micro ATX, so you're not going to be able to, you know, put any motherboard in here. But micro ATX's motherboards are generally a little bit cheaper, and you know, they're pretty common. So you can still do a lot of builds in this. I actually like this case. I should plan a build for using one of these in the future. Oh, the wife says dinner time. Okay, we got one more thing to look at. What was the other case? We're gonna look at the CL500 case. All right, we got the Deep Cool CL500. Is this really going for on Newegg 90 or 80 bucks? Okay. On Amazon is a little bit more, but they have the bigger pictures. Oh, what is this case? The CL500? Who suggested this? Okay, I'm not a fan of cases that have like all this extra stuff on it. Like what are this panel? I feel like it's unnecessarily big. You got a bunch of, I'm not sure if this is metal or plastic. I've never used this case, but I'm going to critique it just based on what I see. And we're just going to ignore the price right now because it looks like it's like 82 bucks on Newegg. But just looking at this case, there's a lot of bulk here that seems unnecessary. Like you could just have a mesh front and get rid of a bunch. Let me see if there's a side profile. This thing looks like it protrudes quite a bit. This honestly looks like a case that Alienware or one of those, you know, companies would have used for their super expensive high-end builds that are just like, I think Gamers Nexus, when they reviewed the Alienware desktop, they mentioned like you're just putting extra stuff on this for no like real reason at all, except for I guess aesthetics. But like, I don't know, this to me aesthetically this doesn't even look good. But second of all, it's gonna add bulk to it, so volume wise, and third, weight. You're gonna add extra weight to this too. But let's just take a look at the inner chamber. It's got the sag bracket again, so that, dude, if this becomes like a common trend for manufacturers to do, to put these sag brackets in, I would be a very happy camper. Because I hate when I do a build and I'm trying to take like photographs and videos of it, and the graphics card is just sagging. So this is very nice to see that deep cool is hopefully starting a trend. We'll see. Everything else, yeah, like this right here, look at how that's gotta be like at least 2 inches added to the top of here. So it seems a little bit unnecessary. Other than that though, yeah, what is the point? That is not aesthetically pleasing to me. Maybe it might, no, the fans wouldn't go on this side. I think they would still go on the back side. So yeah, so the CL500, yeah, I'm like definitely not a fan of this at all, unless I'm missing something that's like a feature of this case. But thanks for bringing it up anyways though, because I have not seen it, and now we were able to talk about it. Jason, grommet I like on the top. You like the grommet on the top? You like that stuff? See, it's still a bit much for me design wise. Okay. What InWin 101? I've never. It's been a long time since I've built in InWin cases. I don't know why to me, InWin seems like they've kind of fallen off. You don't hear about them too much. You don't see content creators building with them as much anymore. I remember when they first came on the scene. I really like their look, but I feel like InWin hasn't really done anything new in a long time. Let's see, number series, full tower, and anything they've done that's new doesn't, I don't know, it just looks weird. Like this, yeah. Yeah. What's a Wizard 101 case? What Wizard 101? Coalition Gaming Chris, what is up? Got here late, stopping by to say hi. Been really busy. No worries, Chris. I totally understand. Sorry I could not catch you while I was in California. We were just super busy, and I didn't even have my own car. I was being chauffeured around by people who actually rented a car. So, yeah, let's see. Chris says, InWin MIO seems to like to do small run custom things, but not really innovative their mass-produced stuff. Yeah, I agree. Because isn't InWin the one that has that weird, like, eggshell, like the metal egg frame case thing? Which I think looks really weird, but yeah. But let's see. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for, like, the main portion of stream. We looked at random deals today, which again there wasn't a ton of. It's not like Fantastech / Prime Day deals. When it comes around, you get like crazy stuff. The craziest thing is $255 for an RX 6600 in my opinion. But everything else, SSD and RAM, they've taken a slight price cut. Monitors is one thing that there have been a lot of sales and deals on. But for primary PC components and cases, there have been some sales on as well. But nothing crazy in terms of what most people are looking for after this long, crazy shortage. And that's going to be the graphics cards, right? NVIDIA is still keeping their crap above... Okay, I'm not going to say crap. They're keeping their stuff above MSRP. And AMD, their stuff is below MSRP. So take with that what you will. Let's see. When is the 3070 versus 6070 XT video incoming? That already came, technically. I wasn't going to do a full-on video about, like... I mean, I just put the benchmarks up for those, and then I talked about it in the actual build video itself. But I wasn't going to do, like, a side-by-side comparison dedicated video, because I don't think most people who follow my channel aren't interested in that stuff. And I gotta play towards my strengths in the algorithm. But yeah, for the next 5 to 10 minutes, we're just gonna be chilling with the chat. So I'm gonna be focusing 100% on the chat. I'm gonna end the poll. We can run some more polls if you guys want, but we're just gonna be hanging out. In terms of this Prime Day, though, I did, like I mentioned, I picked up this RX 6600 for $255 from Amazon. Maybe I should return that order and get the one from Newegg. No, I'm not dealing with the rebate. No, screw it. Newegg, they have slower ship times, and I'm not dealing with the rebate to get that $20 extra off. What's for dinner? Okay, so I can show you guys what's for dinner. Let's see, short rib soup. If I can find it. So for dinner, Melissa and I are making it's not short rib, it's spare rib soup. We got some spare ribs, kind of like this. So it's just a spare rib soup with ginger and some vegetables and fish sauce based. But yeah, so we're gonna just do this with rice. So I actually gotta go help make it because she's never made it before, and she is saying she's not gonna make it. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna be making right after stream ends. So that's for dinner for anyone asking. And it is very good. We make it quite a bit because it's pretty good soup. Talking about your 6700 XT experiment. Maybe if I could clickbait a title and like get a good thumbnail. Let me see, what is my current thing? So I'm at the point now where if I'm going to release a video, it has to be like a performer, because I'm afraid of releasing a video that doesn't do well and then kicking myself out of the algorithm, because that sucks. So if I were to do a video, like if we go back to my build video, almost done. Finishing up right now. If you go back, see the build video, it was called, if you look at it, it had buy AMD CPU and NVIDIA GPU. So I didn't super lean on the fact that, you know, I'm leaving NVIDIA. Like, that wasn't the whole title. If it was, I don't know if it would have performed any better. This video actually didn't do that well. If you take a look at it here, for a build video, normally when content creators post like their build updates and stuff, especially like in the past, my videos have done way better than this. This only got 13,000 views. So I don't know. That was definitely when I was not in the algorithm yet, because that just happened recently. So yeah, I gotta be strategic with what I release. And it has to be stuff that appeals to the mass audience. What is the touchscreen I have? Okay, so this touchscreen, this is a Nexus. What are these tablets called? These Nexus 7s, right? Yeah, this is the 2nd gen Nexus 7. So I have an app on it that lets me switch. So this is essentially like a stream deck. I use a program called Touch Portal. So this is just a tablet, a very old tablet that I strictly use as my stream deck to be able to change scenes and stuff. So yeah. That's what this screen is. I bought it for like $40 or something. It's like a tablet from 2013. So if you ever get into streaming and stuff, you can either use your phone or a cheap tablet. Yeah, it is super responsive, so that's why I use it. I like it. Oh, Whale LAN. Wait, let's see. Did you guys know that Linus, you guys, I mean, I bet everybody in the chat follows Linus. So what am I saying? Whale LAN. Do they have anything official out for it? Linus LAN party. How come I cannot find this? Shouting upstairs. Good day, Melissa, says Shane Eslick. Shane Eslick says hi, babe. He's from Australia. She says, okay. He's a frequent viewer and a very strong supporter of the channel. She says hi back, Shane. The Fractal Pop case. That's another case I need to build in. But I don't do as many builds as there's like cases that I haven't worked on. So I will eventually do a thing. I won't do a review on it probably, because if for a case, I would only really do a review if I was like sent a sample before it was released. But now there's no point in doing a dedicated review video. Though if I incorporate it to a build, then that could still be, you know, pretty useful, and I can give my opinions there. But dedicated review, like, unless I can, you know, hit the embargo or soon, then I probably wouldn't do that. So yeah, so it looks like Linus doesn't have anything official. Ooh, we're still looking at spare rib soup here, but Linus doesn't have anything about the LAN party from Google searches anyways. But he's doing a LAN party. Is anyone in this chat? I would say, I would imagine not many people would be going to the Linus LAN, the official LMG LAN at their campus, because it's pretty limited. It's the last week of July. So it's July 29th is when Linus is doing it. And I don't foresee many people flying in from out of town to go to that LAN. Yeah, so Linus is purposefully not promoting it, because if he did, they probably wouldn't have enough seats at their LAN. I could probably technically make it, but our LAN party, the next LAN party stories, is actually occurring next weekend. So not this coming weekend, not this Friday, but the next LAN party stories, Summer LAN at my house, July 22nd is when it's occurring. Then Linus's LAN is going to be a week after that, and that's way too short notice for me to like plan to go to. And going to a LAN party, I would also want to go only if other people I knew were going, and I do not know a single person going to the Linus LAN. So yeah, it's going to be the Nob LAN and then the LTT LAN. LTT LAN is going to be probably closer, probably not as big as DreamHack, but like it's going to be in between like my LAN size and then like a full-on, you know, massive LAN. XYeet47 says, what is a LAN party? Well, I'm glad you asked. There is a whole series. If you go back, I have a whole playlist, by the way. If you want to learn about what LAN parties are, you can go watch the playlist. In the very first video, I like explain what LAN parties are, and then I kind of stopped explaining it later on. But LAN parties are when you get together with all your computers into one single house and you just game. And it's based on back in the day, people actually used to play over their LAN, but now everything is online, so it's not really a LAN anymore. But you can still play older games on LAN. Yeah, so local area network party, you all get on to the same, like you hop on the network switch, and then you're all on this. You don't even need the internet technically if the games you're playing don't need internet, but most of the games that we play do require internet. So LAN party in space coming soon. Unfortunately, LAN parties are dying out. I'm trying my best to keep it going, but there's not a ton. That Coalition Gaming Chris also posts LAN party stuff on his channel sometimes as well, but there's not a ton of like people actively pushing for LAN parties to remain a thing. Leon, what do you mean by gives off a crappy vibe? Did I miss something? Yeah, no parking is going to be the issue with Linus's. So basically, you need to be dropped off or take an Uber. So, 200 seats, no parking, says Coalition Gaming Chris. Yeah. So much easier. Okay, Jason plays games too. It is so much easier to play at home from the web, but I would never give up doing LAN parties to play games on the internet. Like, even if it's super convenient, there's a reason why we keep doing it. And we were doing it even before I made YouTube videos for it. So it's not like I do it for monetization, because the LAN party story series actually does not make any money for the channel. But yeah, I think until you experience it like in person, and it's tough, right? You have to have enough friends to do it. You have to live locally to each other. You gotta, if you're an adult, you gotta plan it out and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty tough to keep them going, but LAN parties definitely are worth it if you can do it. What is the best $500 gaming PC? The best one is probably going to be similar to what Linus posted on his channel recently. Get yourself, and the one that I'm going to be posting hopefully this coming weekend, get yourself a 10100F compatible motherboard, like a micro ATX case, power supply, 500 gigabytes of SSD, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and then the fattest graphics card you can throw in there, which you could probably fit a GTX 1080 or like a 5600 XT. That is going to be the best $500 gaming PC. It's going to have to be used though. Brand new, you're not building a $500 system, unfortunately. Except if you put in like a 6400 or a 6500 XT. But yeah, all right, it's time for dinner. We have gone well over the stream's time limit. We are 2.5 hours in the stream. So thank you for coming to stream, everybody. There should be a video this weekend, if not on Monday. I'm trying to see when I'm trying to post a video, but it's gonna be the system that I need to still benchmark and get the video out. It's like a $450 PC build. You saw me build that live on stream. But yeah, other than that, hopefully you all have a great rest of your week. Have a great upcoming weekend. Hopefully you bought some cool stuff on Prime Day and Fantastech sale, things like that. And I will see you in the comments of the next video, as well in the next stream. Thanks again to all the mods, to all the channel members that keep showing up stream after stream. I really do appreciate that. Have a good night, y'all. Bye bye.